All right, we're here at Nightmare Weekend Richmond 2024 with Tommy Lee Wallace. Tommy, you directed Halloween 3. You've worked on stuff with John Carpenter. You've had such an amazing career. Do you have anything in particular that stands out to you? Is there one particular thing you love telling, or a story you love telling, anything like that?
You put me on the spot. There are a lot of stories I could tell, some of which I won't tell. But you know, most of the movies I've been on, I've been privileged to enjoy good producing, good crews. When you're well supported as a director, or even as a crew member, good things start happening. So it was the case on Halloween 3, it was the case on It, the top flight producing, top flight support. Pleasure, casts in both cases were excellent. Mr. Atkins next door played an important part. And Tim Curry, that cast, that incredible cast of It, those are memorable moments when you're working with professionals who really know what they're doing, make your job easier.
Well, I have to ask, because I talked to Tom a little bit earlier, and Halloween 3, I finally watched it a couple of years ago. I've been a blind spot for a while. Absolutely loved it.
I'm glad you did.
And what was that approach like going in? Obviously, you're directing, but you're not making a Michael Myers movie. You're doing the anthology angle a little bit. Did you have a certain approach going into it at all?
Well, I was pleased to be free of the strictures that would have come. You see, I was set to direct Halloween 2, but for personal reasons, I decided not to. Had I directed Halloween 2, it was almost obligatory that I should follow John's style, because that's like 5 minutes later. You don't want the director's style to get in the way, you just want it to flow on into the next story.
Right.
When Deborah Hill called me about Halloween 3, she said, interested in it? And I kind of hesitated because Halloween 3 didn't sound like I wanted to get involved. But then she said quickly, it's going to be all different. It's going to be completely new, completely different, new story, everything. So I jumped at the chance, because then that meant I could do my own style. I could direct it any way I wanted to without any sort of overhanging stricture.
Right.
And I'd learned a lot from John, so it was not like I was going to depart in some wild, completely different art film direction or something. I kind of knew a lot of the tricks, thanks to John and some other people, about how to bring off a suspenseful scene.
Of course.
And so I didn't deviate too far, but it was part of the reason I did it was because it was going to be different.
Well, and John Carpenter, of course, just such a legend in his own right. What was it like working with him, and just on so many things?
John and I grew up together, so we were old friends. We were in a folk group together. We were in a rock and roll band together.
That's right.
And when I came to California and kind of rejoined him, he was at USC Cinema before me. He was kind of going out as I was coming in. So it was natural for me to help him on his early pictures. A privilege. John is one of a kind, immensely talented. He was a good teacher for me in many ways. And so I'd say an honor and a privilege. And he's a good guy. He's fun to be around. I don't know how much he shows it to the outside world, but he's got a great sense of humor, and he's a real silly guy. And it's enjoyable to be his friend.
All right, well then I'll close with this. Being out on the convention circuit, being here in Richmond, as a Richmond native, I have to ask how Richmond's treated you so far.
Just great. This
has
been a good show. A lot of people, a lot of enthusiasms, knowledgeable fans, which I appreciate. And haven't seen much of Richmond yet, but I'm still here tomorrow for most of the day, so maybe I'll get out and look around a little bit.
Well, we hope to see you exploring our city a little bit. I recommend Carytown. Carytown's a great place.
Carytown.
I'll
remember.
I was out there last night, saw The Thing at our local theater. They show the original Halloween every year, so I'll be there for that as well.
So Carytown, this is where hip people go?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I better stay away.
Tommy Lee Wallace, thank you so much again. I appreciate it.
You're most welcome. Thank you.